Hey guys, Delt here. So yesterday I was having some good games, but in most of them I was running into third and sometimes even fourth parties. In some of the classes I was playing like Pyro and DK, this just felt like a death sentence. When I was on Druid, sometimes I'd die and sometimes it would just turn into a heal off between 3 or 4 people. So even if I killed one, I wouldn't really be able to loot the kill and I was basically just bleeding through all of my health pots and bandages until I eventually had to leave anyway. And then the worst happened. I ran out of essence to make health pots, I was really low on gold, and even if I had gold, I wouldn't be able to buy health pots because the shop was empty. After realizing that, I decided to try out something in this game that I haven't messed with too much before, the Mithril Order. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's basically just scav runs if you've ever played Escape from Tarkov, or the Squire if you've played Dark and Darker. When you play Mithril Order runs, you are earning experience to unlock better gear from the 3 classes of that specific order, which are basically just Fighter, Rogue, and Priest. However, these have different perks from the conventional classes that mostly just boost your PvE rather than your PvP capabilities. You also get free consumables like healing or a shard to find extracts at the start of every game on these classes. Upon a successful extract with the order, all of the gear you grab will convert to ore to upgrade your heirlooms, and gold items will automatically be sold at the end of each game. But is this worth it over just playing a character you know well without having healing? Well, for now, I'm just going to explain it a bit more from what I learned, give some gameplay examples of things that you can do, and then I'll give my personal answer to that question at the end of the video. Hope you enjoy. So the first character that I tried out was the roguelike class of the Mithril Order. He gets some pretty okay things, I guess. You get like increased crit chance when you're not in combat, so it's better against PvE, but you also don't get the poison from your strength bonuses, and you don't get any of your dexterity bonuses. So this is basically just a weaker version of Rogue. You also don't get access to Petrify, and so you're forced to use Quick Blades, which in my opinion is the weaker option of the two. And I couldn't find it when I was going back through, but I did read somewhere that you get experience in the Mithril Order by hitting and or killing enemy players. And so that was my entire just what I was trying to do at first. So I took the rogue, I took the crossbow, and I went into the matches. But also be very careful because it seems like gear score matchmaking is kind of weird when it comes to this. I hit this guy with a crossbow and he's a cryo, so I assumed it would be a relatively easy kill from here on out, but he was in all blues. So just one ability hit on me, took half of my health, and then from there on out it was just a slow death. So then I decided, you know what, Sinner's End probably isn't the best map for this. I'm going to go into Clozo Castle and just be really annoying with the crossbow, and that's exactly what I did in this game. I'm not really going to talk through this. Basically, I just kept shooting this guy with my crossbow over and over and over again. It probably wasn't the absolute best use of my time, but it was fun just to be an annoying gnat. In all reality, what you should be doing is hitting people with a crossbow, running away, and then just continuing to loot things over and over and over again. You'll get the most out of what you're really trying to get here, which is gold and ore and consumables. But I was having fun being annoying, so I definitely didn't do this as much as I should have. And then we have the Mithril Order Priest. If you are playing the Mithril Order Priest, literally only play trios. If you try to play it in solo, it's going to be absolutely awful. You don't get Divine Protection. You only get your AoE shield. And yeah, highly would not recommend. But if you want to do it, then good luck. Now that we're done with the Priest and the Rogue, if you want to actually play PvP fights well in the Mithril Order class, I feel like this is your best option. Play a fighter, go into Center's End, grab 2 swords, grab a crossbow, you have range damage, and you have a ton of melee damage. You can literally just run people down. You get rage, so that just increases your damage even further and gives you lifesteal at the same time. It's not the absolute best against other fighters and death knights because they're actually going to have their perks and yours still don't really do much for you, but it's at least usable. All right, and then just to test out my question from earlier, if you have a main class and you're good with it, mine for this example is Druid. Is it better to play Mithril Order than just to go in without any heals or anything? You can find heals in chests. It's not really the biggest problem, and we're just gonna get some PvP and see what we end the game with here. All right, and that seems a whole lot better to me than any Mithril run. I had more fun. We got to PvP and actually do well because we have a class that has good PvP, and as we went through the game, we actually started to unlock our perks too. But if you're a new player and you're struggling to fight the PvE in the game, like all the different mobs that are scattered around, then playing a Mithril class is probably really good practice. You're not risking anything, you're getting free heals, and once you level them up and you start to get green weapons and green gear, you're getting more perks to be more effective against those things while you learn the game. All in all, if you're down bad like I was here, if you're a new player and you're struggling with PvP, then maybe just playing Mithril Order, getting on a rogue, and running around, looting the map, and staying safe is the best bet for you. But if you're like me and you have like 1, 2, or maybe even 3 classes that you can't play in Mithril Order, and you're really good with them, and you know that you're going to be able to take down players and take all their loot, then it's probably better just to do it this way. All right, and that's just going to be the end of the video for today. So if you enjoyed the content, please just give it a like or a comment, or consider subscribing to the channel for more daily uploads of Dungeonborne and Dark and Darker. Also, if you're wanting to join a community of people who like these 2 games, I'm going to have my community Discord link down in the description below. Feel free to click that, come by and say hey. And as always, I hope that each and every one of you have a very great day, and I hope to see y'all next time. Peace.